Hey guys, what is up? I am Double Driven. It's Monday. It's Ladder Leverage Day. They announced Challenger. So who other than to get King CHEZZ on here today? How's it going, King CHEZZ?
Yeah, man, it's really good. Thanks for having me again. It's always a blast to do these with you, and I'm really looking forward to this one.
Absolutely, yeah. So just a couple quick things, man. You ready for Challenger? You ready to go to? It's in Poland, right? Like you have to go to Poland.
Yeah. It's in Poland, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I wouldn't say I'm quite ready just yet, but we've got a few months now to prep. I think it's just about 2 months now. 2 months this weekend till Challenger. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 2 months of hard prep ahead of me, and hopefully come September there'll be a new king, right?
Absolutely.
A new king of Gwent.
Absolutely. We're rooting for you, brother. We're rooting for you. Before we get into the deck, just one more thing. What do you think of the Syndicate so far?
So I haven't actually played much Syndicate because before the hotfix and stuff to Syndicate, it seemed a little busted, right? It seemed like it was probably head and shoulders the strongest faction. They have dialed it down a little bit, and they said that they're planning on bringing up the other factions. But because of the fact that it was so strong, I didn't really spend a lot of time playing with it because I was imagining it would just get banned out at Challenger, right? So all my prep and stuff is for Challenger.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. Yeah, now that there's 6 factions, it's probably gonna get the ban now. Before it was Skellige and.
Yeah, well, I think right now, Skellige's probably slightly better than Syndicate right now. So, but I think those two are very, very close.
Yeah.
So now I have to start getting into Syndicate because now it's not cut and dry that Syndicate's the one that's going to get banned. And I think Syndicate has a lot of cool features and stuff. There's obviously some very strong mechanics that may need looking into, but it's a fun faction for sure, and I really like the flavor of Syndicate.
Now,
sure.
one more. Would you like to see the quote-unquote coin mechanic implemented in the other factions? Do you think it? I've seen other people talk about it, like Freddy and stuff. Maybe just everybody getting that pseudo mana system in Gwent. Do you think it would work out?
Yeah, I think that there's definitely some merit to it. I think it does add another layer of complexity to the games and stuff. I also think it would probably even the playing field a little bit. The fact that Syndicate's the only one with it does give it an edge. That's part of why it's so strong. But there's obviously drawbacks to the coin system as well, as we've seen with the Freak Show being able to just murder things before that got nerfed. So you have to be very careful with how you do it. Right now, I think it's still too early to say how well balanced this coin mechanic is. But I think it would be a lot easier to balance it if everybody had the same or similar mechanics. Would that take away some of the identity of Syndicate? Probably, but would that, if that's in the interest of the rest of the game, I'm all for it for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the only way they're gonna be able to save Northern Realms. To be honest, is if they got some way to activate some of their orders units on demand instead of playing a unit that can activate it that can just get killed.
I mean, can you imagine Northern Realms right now if it had if it was automatic deploy these pay cards are? It would just be busted if you could play, for example, I don't know, Arbalist with 6 charges already, right? You just murder everything. Or for example, even if you could play Revenant, right? If Revenant just comes down with Zeal, it's just insane. You just chain out all the Revenants across the board, because as soon as you create a new one, you have Zeal again and you kill another thing. So you just set up the board of ones and then Revenants would go crazy. So I think they have to be very careful with it. Northern Realms would be able to abuse it very hard, so they have to be careful. But
yeah, I see it coming though, man. I see Northern Realms. They've been getting beat up for a long time, man. I think they're gonna just come out swinging when the bronze patch comes out next month. I think it's going to get crazy, but we'll see.
We'll see. I hope so.
But yeah, let's get into the list. So this is a bamboozle Francesca list that you came up with. So the idea is it's basically just Bruver, but it's Francesca is the leader because people want to bleed Francesca, correct?
Exactly. That's basically what it is. The Bruver deck right now is really, really good. And Francesca has like very similar provisions. I think it's like one less provision. I think it's like 13 and 14.
Yeah.
So you can pretty much run the exact same deck. Obviously, there'd be one or two changes. As you can see, you've got the lacerate and the muzzle just for consistency with Francesca. But more apart from that, it's very very similar to the Brewer thing.
Yeah.
Brewer deck.
But going through the cards, you got Great Oak, so you're going to stack. With Francesca's leader ability, you could play Novigrad Justice twice and possibly play, 4 Cleaver Muscles, 4 shielded targets is pretty decent. I mean, especially when you're going with Oak and you need those, that road to develop. Right?
Well, just imagine, right? Imagine you go into a 3-card final round, and your last 3 cards are Novigrad Justice, Oak, and say Volunteers. Maybe but you probably wouldn't be Volunteers. Maybe just say like Ryhad Officer or something like that. If you play those 3, you're playing Novigrad Justice for 10. Then you play Leader for another 10, so that's 20. Then you play the Officer for 5, that's 25. And you've got 5 bodies on the board for your Oak, which is now playing for 13. So you're playing 38 points in 3 cards. Granted, you're using Leader as well, but I mean it's pretty. Like, there's not many decks that can deal with that. You can get a lot of bodies on the board for Oak very, very quickly.
Yeah, I was monkeying around with it yesterday, and I was having fun with it for sure. I really like the combo. Muzzle, there's a lot of good muzzle targets. You got stuff like the Flying Redanian. You got the brothers. If they play them early. Gabor. I haven't seen the Sausage Maker guy too much, but if they do play him, you can steal them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I think Muzzle's probably it's the best meta for Muzzle since Homecoming's come out. Just about the meta's pretty good for Muzzle. There's some good targets for it. I mean, you can always steal Roach potentially against Nilfgaard. Not a great Muzzle target, but I mean, if you're getting bled and in round 2 by Nilfgaard, you can always steal their Roach, and then they can't get the Azir on it. So yeah, there's quite a lot of decent Muzzle targets floating around.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We went over the Justice. You preferably want to play the Muscles.
Muscle's the only real target, to be honest. You could play Volunteers as well. Volunteers aren't terrible.
Yeah, you get one buff off it, and the other one just drops.
Yeah.
Ithleen, you want to try to hit your Sheldon. If you actually draw the Sheldon, I had to like triple check to make sure I had this card in the deck. And then also too, if you're going up against Nilfgaard, make sure you beware of the Shalardos, because
for sure
that hurts really bad.
The Ithilin Sheldon Agitator package is still really strong, and that's what makes this deck so good, right? That's why the Brewer deck's so good and why this deck's so good, especially on Red Coin. So on Red Coin, this deck's one of, if not the best deck in the game. Obviously, the Brewer deck and this deck are basically the same, because you can get away with playing all your carryover, and then they have to try and beat you whilst you're going into the important rounds with 6-10 points of carryover, right? So they have to try and beat you, and you've got 10 free points for no reason. It's very, very difficult, and some of that is removal as well when it's on Sheldon. Sheldon being such a fantastic finisher card, but also kind of utility, and the fact that he can kill key engines and stuff for your opponent. It's basically what's holding scoia'tael together right now. I think if they got rid of that, scoia'tael would be struggling a little bit, because even the standard Francesca runs that package. Even with the one that runs Waters and stuff, still runs that package. So
right.
I think the Ithilin Sheldon Agitator package is really, really strong.
Yeah. And then you got the Gabor and Milva. It's nice to have 2 immune units on the ranged row for the Oak, or you can sometimes you can end up playing that like Punish Pass, to where you can play it on melee, and you get that 5 points of carryover that way. So Gabor is just really great card.
For sure.
Elaine, just a nice answer to one of those 4-strength brothers, or
she's just about the best like removal in the game, right? She's 4 points of damage, which pretty much removes anything. and she's eight points of value for 9 provisions, which is pretty decent. She also has the ability to deal 1 damage to 4 different targets to set things up. Maybe your opponent plays Neckers, Milan saves the day. Maybe your opponent plays, I don't know, a 3-point body and you need to set up for Sentinels. Milan can set that up for you. She's just really, really flexible and super strong.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan. Skaggs, we mentioned, he's the target for the carryover, preferably. Morin, one of my favorite cards for scoia'tael. Just being able to do 2 damage or lock a unit, I just think it's huge.
Yeah, she's just slightly better than the other lock, the Kieran, right? Yeah, she's just slightly better. She's 7 for 8 instead of 5 for 7. Especially when your deck doesn't really need movement. Sure, you've got Lacerate, but Lacerate's more of a safety net than a win con, right? Like if you get a good Lacerate, that's great. If you don't, then you probably win because they played how you wanted them to play. So I don't think you need the movement for the Lacerate.
You almost always get a pseudo Lacerate row because they play around the skirmishers. So
exactly.
It's just like the Trebs. You play on melee against Northern Realms, but you never play against Northern Realms because we already went over that.
What is Northern Realms?
Milva, as we mentioned, just a nice engine immune target. Just be careful if you're going up against like Skellige, they might have a Marauder. Or if you're going up against Detloff, they might have Predatory Dive or something like that, especially if they played a Death Wish unit first, so be careful of that. We mentioned the Lacerate, a nice long round finisher for Francesca, especially if they do just go all ranged on that.
Also, the Lacerate actually kind of helps you. So in the mirror against Bruva and against Dithne, the Lacerate tech pretty much makes you favorite because you get double Lacerate. It means they can't stack for Oak, whereas you can. So if you get a long range 3 against either Bruva or Dithne and it's basically a mirror, this deck's probably favored because of the double Lacerate. So that's really nice.
Yeah. The dual faction card from the Syndicate, I think scoia'tael got hooked up pretty good. I think once they fixed that one card, I forget his name because it's bugged, but I think once they fixed that crime card, is that a dual faction card? I forget.
I don't think so.
No, it's just a regular Syndicate card. But I think they got some pretty good dual faction cards. Novigrad Justice and Cleaver's Muscle are just really
Cleaver's
nice.
Muscle's very solid, but it's only solid. The only reason it's like played in almost all the scoia'tael decks is because of Novigrad Justice. I think Novigrad Justice is one of the strongest cards in the game. And it's even better in scoia'tael than it is in Syndicate, because even though we're running it for muscle here, I think its best target is a defender. Playing 2 defenders in 1 turn, it's basically like Hensel. If you play Novigrad Justice with Bruva, and you put 2 defenders on the board and then proc them with Bruva, you've got 2 7-point engines that are almost impossible to remove. It's very, very strong. But yeah. I mean, even with Cleaver's Muscle, it's a 10 points for 11 provisions. Thins your deck by 1, and it's 2 immune bodies. It's really as well,
right?
Shielded bodies.
Yeah, the officer's just in here to possibly keep your opponent from thinning their sentinels or setting up your sentinels.
Yeah, the officers just, I mean, had 5 provisions. I don't think this list is completely optimized. I think officers probably should be cut for something else, but I couldn't work out what to put in, so I just put the officer in for the moment because it's a fairly solid 5 for 5 that does some decent stuff.
Some people see it too and they get scared, and I mean, you are able to move it with the Dragoon possibly, so that's a little,
It's not. That's the brigade, right?
That's the brigade. That's the brigade. The volunteers you're thinning along with the sentinels. These are pretty much always in a scoia'tael deck. They're just going in because they just work and they let you get to your gold cards that I apparently don't draw. The Dragoons are actually really good because there's a lot of cards that are
very good against Syndicate, right?
Yeah, row locked in Syndicate. You got Caleb, you got the brothers, you got there's a couple.
Bincy and NK or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. So for sure, it's gonna work. It's gonna work out, especially if you're playing against Syndicate. The fledglings are just nice little mini engines, and people see them and they do bust out the removal and the locks on them because they get scared of them. And then 2 agitators and 2 skirmishers. Like I said, they usually play around the skirmishers, so that sets up your lacerate row. Agitators.
And if they don't play around lacerate, at least you're playing 5s for 4s, right? So skirmishers are good with lacerate.
Now you can buff up a cleaver's muscle by 2 and then mulligan it and still draw that 7, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a little neat trick too. Like if you don't have anything to buff and you want to pull that muscle, it helps it out. It makes it a 12, which is pretty decent too. But yeah, that's the list, guys. Like always on Mondays, Ladder Leverage Day, we have one of the TLG pros on here. King CHEZZ, I just want to thank you again for coming through, and good luck to you in Challenger, brother. Here's a couple games. Make sure you check out teamleviathangaming.com/meta for all the decks. And anything for the people, King CHEZZ.
No, just thanks again for having me on. I really appreciate it. It's always a blast doing these with you. And yeah, make sure you guys check out Challenger, where I'll be sure to do TLG proud and take home the ring as it is, right? It's a ring to go
this
along
one's
with
monsters, isn't it? It's a monsters ring.
It is a monsters theme, yeah.
Ooh, that looked real nice, especially that Wild Hunt logo.
Move aside, Eridin. I'm the true king of the Wild Hunt, right?
There you go. But yeah, here's 2 games and a blooper at the end, guys. We'll see you at the end.
You're just better off playing Brewer if they don't fall for the bamboozle.
Ooh, horse.
Okay.
Do what must be done.
So we're gonna go up against some bounties here.
Probably, yup. You would imagine so. So you kick a volunteer for sure. I actually probably would keep that because you got lacerate. So I'd probably kick maybe officer. And probably one of the agitators because you don't actually have an agitator target particularly. Just don't hit volunteer. Okay, that's fine.
So we go agitator on Gabor.
I would start with Milva, I think.
Do they have any way to kill it?
Don't think so. Don't think they have random damage of any type.
Never have.
Tax collector. So we move that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you just move that.
Peace with humans? I buy that.
We got a lock for the next one. He might have another one or an MK or something. Hey, there it is.
I'll wash it all.
Yeah, I think that just gets locked. Yeah. And then I think you TA the Dragoon.
Slander.
And I think you just pass here.
Yeah, that seems super dangerous. So we're gonna play a carryover Gabor probably.
I assume he's going to try and bleed.
Oh,
Heads in the clouds.
he didn't. Why didn't that pull out?
He's got the other one in hand.
Oh,
Bloody hate mages. Shooting second nature.
I assume anyway. Alright, so he's not going to be able to bleed because he went down too many cards. This is actually bad. We would actually want him to bleed, but never mind.
wow, his hand was shit.
Yeah. I mean, at least we get to play all that carryover and stuff when we do have double lacerate for the long range 3. And a muzzle, which is really strong. I think you kick the skirm, probably. It's fine.
So we just play our carryover, right?
Yeah, you play Gabor, Agitator, and Volunteers here. Actually, Agitator is pointless because you don't have another dwarf in hand. So
Right.
just play Gabor and Volunteers. Oh, we do actually. We have the muscle. I didn't see the muscle. So you play agitator here onto the muscle, and then play volunteers.
Wake up,
This feels
dwarves!
weird.
Humans lust after
Just
our lady.
Playing cards. So we get rid of the we get rid of some of the junk.
Yeah, and we get an additional 2 points in the next round with our on the muscle. So you kick the skim.
We
Now
stop.
you kick.
Did we just kick the sentinel then?
No. You either kick the muscle, or I guess you can't kick the muscle because of the agitator. I guess you have to keep here. There's just too many bricks, but you don't have Sheldon or Ithlin, which is really bad. Could kick agitator maybe, and then you've got 2 bricks potentially. Yeah, that's fine. I guess you just play fledgling here.
On melee, right?
I don't think it matters, right?
We got the oak.
Oh, we've got oak. Oh yeah, we've got oak. Yeah, okay, Mila. Yeah, sure.
Life is fleeting.
The double lacerate should
Life
work
is
out
a
okay
town.
though.
For sure.
This world only 2.
We move that, huh?
Yep.
Onward, Fryhead!
What other cards didn't we draw here? So we missed Sheldon
And
and
Ithlin.
Ithlin. That was it. Okay. It's not great for us, but
So he used muscle? Yeah.
yeah, okay.
We can grab that at any time.
I think you might just want to play your Cleaver's muscle here. The 7-point one. It's fine. Guess it gives him a bit of information. That's not too bad for us.
Next, maybe the officer and paint this.
Yeah, potentially, because then we can get it central.
Swindle.
Okay, that's good, because that means he's playing 4 provision cards in range 3. So, I mean, I know we played one, but that's good. Like, we need him to play him as well, otherwise we're going to lose. So I think I like your line of play there. Play the officer and set up for sentinels.
Civilian what?
Yeah, because if we brick this, that's really going to hurt.
Our pyres will light up the north.
I think you just send the sentinels now.
It's looking good so far. The problem is the lacerate.
Oh, makes for the best pyres.
So he kills our 6. And then he bleeds the whole row. If he doesn't, he's dumb. We just kill that, right, with Mullane?
Yeah, for sure. You kill that. He might have another spender, so he might not need to use it. Like, we lose 1 point here by doing this, but it's still correct in case, because we can deal with spenders. We've got double muzzle, so I think you always do this. Yeah. The problem is he's probably got Philippa, right? So that's going to be taken up.
He's going to steal our 7.
Probably.
You do not deserve to live!
Playing around the lacerate. Guess you just no regret justice now.
Get out, you balding faced baby.
It's going to be tight. I think if he gets another bounty, he might get it, but... I mean, he has last say with Graydon, probably, or something weird like that. Do we just spend our lacerate early?
Sorry, I got a bit carried away.
Oxney. He can undo that lock if he wants to.
There's no point, right? Because he doesn't have any scoia'tael cards, so it won't get any value.
So we just
I think you
lacerate this.
I think you muzzle the fledgling here. Probably. No reason not to use the muzzle here.
Oh, and then we can cleave or oak whatever he plays.
Potentially, yeah.
Can he make up all these points? I think he. Well, his leader plays for 7, so he got a 5 here and gained 2 coins.
When he has 5 coins, so he's got 10 points, right? So he's at 29 and he's got a card, but we've got leader, so.
Evil's not going anywhere.
No bounty though. So we just oak the 5.
I think you lacerate the back row, because if he's got the card that kills anything that has a bounty on it, and he has a bounty giver. If we play oak now, he puts a bounty on it and then kills it. So I think you just lacerate the back row to play around that. This is suboptimal if he doesn't, but if he does have that combination of cards, this is gonna force him to lose some points.
Real help one.
So we muzzle that. But then we... Oh, well, yeah, we got... So we just muzzle that and then oak?
Yeah, what else can we do with leader? Leaders, yeah. I think
Novigrad
that's it.
Justice, but we don't... We
That
already...
doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I think you just muzzle that then. So it was actually better to go oak first, but I think we might win anyway, so we might just be corrected with this one.
And we just
and then you oak
hit
the
it
3.
right
Play
here.
it. Yep, seems good to me. Kill the 3, and then maybe he has no more coin generators.
So he needs them. He's got 7, so he's going to hit 7 off our leader. It's just a bounty card, right?
He could have the guy that kills a unit, right? Destroys a unit.
Kill and make
Still not enough.
Nice. And that was without 2 of our best cards, so...
Yeah, not bad. Alright, let's do one more. Alright, let's see what we got here. Amir.
Patience is not a virtue I am known to have.
So he's probably soldiers. He's got Leo.
Kick a muscle here, for sure.
And one of those.
I mean, they're fine in round 1. Round 1 you just want to play bad cards, so probably the other muscle. Probably. That's nice.
A little bit of carryover.
Yeah, so we can play that. We could probably play Ithling. I think you start out with a fledgling. Try and bait out some locks and stuff, maybe.
Oh, he's gonna play locks for sure.
My name? I don't recall.
Is he playing Shillard?
That's a very important question. I suppose we play
Anyone here
around
to
him.
whom I can entrust my missive?
He's Mill.
I don't think he's Mill. I think he's just running. I think you just play Agitator here. The Sheldon.
We've lived in isolation for too bloody long!
So this got one tick.
Wise choice.
Banished.
Is he looking to... is
I
he
would have
looking to
banished a
pass it?
spell.
Yeah.
We just play another fledgling?
Sure. Don't hate another fledgling here.
If this is me now, who was
That
it
was...
before?
Why would you... When you're playing against Francesca, you want to banish their spells, right?
Generally speaking, yeah. I think you just move. We could pass here. Do we beat Soldier Swarm in a long round? We do have double lacerate, so probably. So I think you can probably just pass. You also have muzzle potentially if we draw it.
The Arbalest play was really odd. Well, we just stop there, huh? Or do we keep going?
I'd probably kick the. I guess this hand's fine. Don't want to brick.
Yeah.
Here's our chance.
Okay, it is mill. You called it. Okay.
Do we just play Milva? And he passes?
Yeah, maybe. I don't really
or do
want
we
to
just play the Skirmisher and then we can thin our Sentinels?
Yeah, okay, yeah, just play Skim, because I don't want to commit Milver if he's just going to pass anyway. I think we commit Milver when he plays 6, if he goes down to 6 cards. If he commits to bleeding.
We follow left of the lead.
Oh, that stings.
Yeah, I think he plays Sentinels.
So he's either in it or he's passing.
So much anger.
Ooh, we muzzle
and
that, right?
suffering. For what?
Yeah, I think you just muzzle. Actually,
Sheldon?
Sheldon plays around Shillad. I think you muzzle it and hope that he doesn't have Shillad.
Now he's screwed here if he... We just thin, right?
Yep. Actually, play Milva, because he's bleeding. We've got room to play Milva. Milva's not going to be good next round anyway.
Don't you fret about me. Can take care
Because
of
if he is
myself.
bleeding, we need to keep our card, and Milva's going to help
I
do
shall
that.
be your
The earlier we play Milva, the better.
Oh my god.
Will you ever learn?
So we just Sheldon that.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Little as melons. You're one dead thunderheat.
We could have just moved it, but then he uses his leader.
Yeah, we should have moved it. I completely forgot that it's row locked. Yeah, that was a misplay. That was a big misplay. It's fine. It's fine.
We got a card on him though. Problem is we got garbage.
Yeah, we have like nothing left. Okay, we got an Overgrab Justice and Leader actually.
What's left in the deck? Is it worth bricking our Justice?
I mean, we still got Muzzle, right? So it's not that bad on Lacerate.
We just kick the Agitator then.
Yeah, Agitate is just 4. Yeah. It's fine. Probably just playing...
The muzzle, right? The muscle?
I was gonna say just play the Ithlin here.
Do you think he's got Shillard though? If he's Mill, why would he play Shillard?
Yeah, okay. If he's got Shillad, then I guess there's no need to. So just play the Muscle. Yeah, Muscle seems fine.
And steered.
As your Imperial Majesty wishes.
There it is.
Okay, that's fine.
And it's
So we just play our volunteers.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. We also, by doing that, we also get to play around Leo because we can buff the
The
Dragoon with this
dwarves
one.
fight. The fish pissing lakes.
That's pretty hilarious.
So his leader was worth 5.
Vigilance is
Oh, so we
Guess
muzzle
you
that.
muzzle that. Yeah, I guess you muzzle that.
He was all in on that mill.
You probably play Ithlin here, I guess.
And just put it on the Dragoon.
Yep. Probably play it front row, maybe? I don't see any reason not to play it front row.
When the white frost comes, do not eat more snow.
I think we got him easy.
And now he's getting behind progress.
Wait. What?
That's fine.
How did it... It should have changed into Shillard, though, right? Oh, no, it picks anything.
No, it picks anything.
We move
that's
it.
Fine.
Oh, it's not real locked.
Real locked. It's fine. I think you just play
Officer. No.
Maybe
Is-
play a Dragoon back row and move the muscle front row.
Onward, Fryhead!
So he gets to play as leader again.
So hope he has no good leader targets.
Good thing is he's stacking on range.
Playing red skirm, right? So we still have one skirm left.
What?
Manticore venom should do the trick.
So he's gonna play that again?
He can't, it's not an Nilfgaard card.
Oh.
I
He's
think he
gonna
just
play,
Novigrad Justice.
play it. Well, no matter what, Igni Signy.
Play front row.
You're lucky to keep your heat.
Really?
Long live the Emperor! Broken.
That wasn't worth it. Really? It was 2 points, right? He should have replayed this.
Our brothers in the valleys need us!
Okay.
So we just move Vilgefortz?
No. You want to move something to the front row, right?
Oh,
I would
yeah,
probably
yeah.
play. I would play the officer first.
Hit the 6.
Sure.
Blood and neckhands. Similian Vart.
He did mill us.
To me,
The law. So we move the 5.
Sure.
Slaughter them to a man!
And we got
10.
10.
So you need 18 here to beat us.
I swear on my lady Scarter.
Not even enough. Good try though. Good try.
I mean, he got a Oak, a Gabor, and a Milan with his mills and still lost. So he had some pretty high value stuff.
Mill is dead. There you go.
Yeah.
It's probably really good though against Syndicate. Not really good, but it probably has a better chance at it.
I don't even know about that.
Do I
think it's
even
just bad.
GG a mill player? Yeah, why not? But
I wouldn't, but yeah. You're a better man than me.
yeah, but that's the video for today, guys. King CHEZZ, we appreciate you, brother, for coming through. If I don't talk to you before Challenger comes, good luck, man. You got me in your corner for sure, man.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. But like always, guys, Mondays, ladder leverage day. We get one of the TLG pros. Hopefully, they'll all eventually go to Challenger, but we'll see. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next Monday.
Like, it doesn't make any sense to commit that much if you're not going to bleed.
All right.
So you obviously just kick the sentinel.
There it is. Now we kick a skirm, huh?
Yeah, definitely kick the skin.
Ah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We need some cards to dump on the dry pass. Dry pass.
What?
Melons. You're one dead thunderheat.
I think he meant to play Gabor there.
Yeah, I would think.
I think
so.
I think that was meant to be Gabor, and he clicked the wrong door.
Let's get another one.